Introduce everybody. And that'll be... Hey, welcome to Microphones of Madness. Saturday night, we are playing regular, run-of-the-mill, vanilla Call of Cthulhu. No frills, man. No frills. Actually, we're playing one of the recent entries into the Miskatonic repository called At the Mountain Village, which is the first scenario written in Japanese, which sounds really impressive, but it's translated to English. So we're just going to introduce everybody and introduce our characters, or your characters, and then we'll get right into it. So from my left, going to the right, Brian.
Hi, my name is Brian Cordomanch, and I am playing a character. His name is Hirohito Sato. He is a shopkeeper. He hasn't done so well in school, so his family's a little disappointed in him. He's very young. He's in his he's like, I have him down as 20 years old. So he's just kind of waiting for the universe to kind of give him a nudge in the right direction. He's just, he's kind of killing time at the shop and just kind of looking to find some way to, have life be a little more meaningful and, maybe get back in the good graces of his family.
All righty. Lily, who are you playing this time?
I am playing Tomiko Aoki. She is a nurse.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Nick.
My character's name is Officer Tanagawa. His first name is Hyosuke, but it's just Officer Tanagawa because he's a police officer in Kyoto, but he's on vacation in Tokyo. He's a clean and tidy person, but I can't fucking say it. His demeanor can be off-putting.
Alrighty.
And be a bit of a dick sometimes.
Kind of a departure from the usual police officer we get around here.
Yeah, he's an American cop, but actually Japanese in the 1920s.
Yeah. I'm Steve. I'll be your keeper. I'm going to apologize in advance for pronunciation. Because, yeah, I'm just going to apologize. And if I butcher Japanese culture once again, I'll apologize in advance. And we're going to start. So it is winter in the mid-1920s. You are all experiencing or have experienced a boom in the modernization of Japan, especially those of you in Tokyo, because that is where it is all centered. At this point, you've actually grown accustomed to all the amenities that are coming in, like gas, electricity, toilets that flush. It's the advantage of living in the city. Kyoto is large enough to have experienced all this as well. Plus, the place where you're staying has all these amenities. And then, I can't even pronounce English, so there you go. Has all these as well. It has been a snowy winter, and even as you gaze out windows, you see snow flaking outside of your windows. Each of you actually, well, two of you receive letters, and Nick, Officer Tanagawa receives a telegram. And they all pretty much say the same thing. They're all from an old friend, an acquaintance of all of yours, Kawakami Akira, who actually used to live in the city. Perhaps he was one of your regular customers, Brian.
Okay.
At the grocery, and always had a kind word to say to you. Maybe even took the time to talk to you about life in general, to try and guide you. He Lily. Maybe he was a patient of yours at one point that stood out. Maybe it was you saw him socially. you do, and Nick, obviously, he's a well-traveled man, and I'm not going to say that you ran into him professionally, but he was also a dear friend of yours. You do know that he is from a small village in Yamamanshi prefecture, and he hated it. And he had moved to Tokyo to get away from rural life. And it was only when his parents took ill that he reluctantly moved back to his village. And this is the first you've heard from him since he came back, since he left Tokyo. The letter basically, it looks like Kawakami wants his dear friends to come visit the settlement, which is in here we go, Aokigahara. There's been a series of huge earthquakes happening in the settlement that have been going on for a week, and instead of the normal pattern of earthquakes, the duration of each earthquake is long, and the gaps between each earthquake have been getting shorter and shorter. So already within the week, there's been a number of earthquakes, and not just an earthquake and an aftershock, but full-on earthquakes. And his parents were actually injured so in these quakes, and he feels helpless because he has to take care of them, but also his village is in trouble. And he's wondering if he can come by and help.
Of course. I start packing my things immediately.
What was his name again?
His name is Kawakami Akira. So we have, I don't know, I'm going to just cheat. Officer Tanagawa is quick to his feet and starts to pack to help his old friend. How about you guys? What are Aoki and Saito?
I'm also packing. If his parents were injured in the quake, then perhaps I can get some assistance so they can get out of there.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like the whole village might be in trouble. And
it seems like it may be something that I could possibly help with, at least to help the injured.
Your special set of skills is needed.
Yeah.
And I figure maybe, it's more exciting than life in this boring little shop in Tokyo. So, and if I can say, well, it's to help people, help earthquake victims, there's no way that the shop owner is going to give me a hard time about that. And it might even help me redeem myself a little bit in the eyes of the family if I go do something so community oriented. So I will hurriedly pack my things and if I can, like, make quick contact with my my boss and just get the word that I'm going to do this.
Yeah, your boss, who has been, I guess he's been, I won't say disappointed because you're a good worker, but he knows that you're destined for better things than working in a grocery store. Not that there's anything wrong with working in a grocery store, but when you're 20 years old, your eyes are higher than that.
Yes.
And he thinks it would be a good thing. He can always get somebody to work in the grocery store. That's not an issue, but he likes you and he wants great things for you. So you have his permission and his blessing to go.
That makes me feel very good, and I will thank him profusely and tell him that hopefully I'll see him soon and we'll get some people helped out.
Excellent. Do any of you guys want to do anything before you leave? There's a train, and that is going to take you out that way. But you do have some time, pardon me, before the train departs. So if you wanted to wrap up any loose ends or do anything.
I also wanted to tell. Or go ahead, Lily.
No, you go ahead.
I'll also tell my superiors that I will be leaving to go help out my friend in this mountain village, and if they can possibly maybe spare some of like the new recruits, or maybe inform the police department of the local prefecture what's happened if they don't already know.
Okay.
Just trying to drum up some more support for the village.
Right. You actually your captain that he hadn't heard of anything about any earthquakes in that area, but he on your request he tried to get word out, and it seems like the lines are down and that area is incommunicado.
Oh well, all the more reason to head over there.
Fair enough.
Take a shortcut
All right, so-
through the woods.
And if you guys want to do anything else, or are we going to the train?
No, just see, Aoki's just is telling her fiance that she's gonna go to help, and maybe if he can get a break from the clinic work, he can come out as well, because it's probably not a lot of people in that rural area that can do what we can do.
That is true, but my services are still needed in Tokyo. It is winter, and there are many people being attacked by dogs.
Wild animals approach. The hounds have come for us all.
No, and even though it is Tokyo is the most modern of modern cities that are in Japan, they're still hard pressed for help. And he says that you should definitely go. It would give you great experience. But he's gonna stay. But he wants you to write to him.
He's totally sending me all so he can cheat.
There's been there's a kabuki troupe in town.
She's naive enough to not care. Thank you, husband. Thank you for your faith in me.
Okay, so you guys get to the train station, and as you set out, it is going to be quite the drive, or quite the ride. I guess you're not driving. It's slow going as you get more and more into the untamed land. The snow is coming down harder and harder. The wind is blowing more and more, and gazing out the windows, you see mountains and trees crawl by at this point. You can see the snow is definitely billowing around and being gusted by winds, and it is definitely slow going to get here. After at least a day and a half on train, you arrive at a narrow. You arrive at a rural train station, and you're given directions on how to get to Aoyakara from the train station. You have to go on foot for the final leg of the journey.
Yeah.
I hope you wisely packed.
Yeah, I came with the
yeah.
medical supplies, I hope.
At this point, let's find out what kind of things that you did bring with you, because we don't, within reason, you guys can have equipment, anything that you want. Just let me know now.
Well, I'm thinking that Hirohito has, if he could, he packed. He's got his winter clothing on because he knew it's winter time and he'd be going to a remote village. So
sure.
he would have put on good shoes and good jacket and all that stuff. And then since he works in a grocery store, he would have either used maybe his probably his earnings, whatever his meager earnings are. He might have packed a like a rucksack with food that like traveler's food, nothing that would require extensive preparation or anything that would spoil. So, maybe, whatever packaged foods he could bring that he could get into or share if he could. But, he's traveling fairly light, though, because, he doesn't want to burden himself. Nothing by way of weapons or anything like that. I mean, he's just a 20-year-old shopkeep, so he doesn't have anything, no weaponry or anything like that, just a rucksack full of food. Maybe if he can pick up a walking stick on the way to the village, some little walk, but certainly not meant for combat or anything crazy like that. Just something to help him keep him steady on the ice and the snow.
Okay, fair enough. Lily, how about you? You had mentioned medical supplies.
Yeah, that's whatever clothing she needs to travel.
Okay.
And medical supplies, because she wouldn't really necessarily need anything other than that. Rope, because carry tie the medical supplies up and whatnot.
Right. Okay.
Rope. We always need rope. Never know when you need rope.
Okay, rope. Shall we go with the standard role-playing length of rope of 50 feet?
Yes.
That is the rope. Rope is they should just call it the Gygax of rope.
Adam, you seem to have some rope on you. Yes, I do.
50 feet? Yes, and I also have a 10-foot pole.
However, do not have a 10-foot pole. I'm sorry.
Nick, what is Tanagawa have with him as an officer of the law?
Law.
I was muted. I'm sorry. Well, since Officer Tanagawa is a man who kind of tries to think forward and plan for the worst while hoping for the best, packed his backpack of camping gear, just in case there is nowhere for them to actually, or nowhere for him to actually stay.
Okay.
So,
Like a tent.
yeah, like the average, what you would take on a backpacking trip.
Okay, a tent, bedroll, tinder, or fire starter, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Any sort of, are we including a flashlight / torch in there?
Yeah, of course. He doesn't have a firearm. He doesn't have a baton.
Okay.
Well, would police carry batons back then? I
I
assume that he was just unarmed and they just rely on.
I'm not
disarming
100% sure. They would be armed with something. They have weapons. I don't remember what the weapons are off the top of my head.
If you would like to have a truncheon of some sort or a jete, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Let me get out my jete snaps.
Hey, you know what? How about that? I'll have my grandpa's jete when he was police officer.
Cops upon cops upon cops.
Jete.
All right, I have that.
Grandpa's jete.
Okay, you want to write this down?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's 1d3 plus your damage bonus, and if you're trying to disarm, you get a bonus die.
Okay. So really, it's just giving me a.
I mean, really,
bonus
that's what the weapon is designed for. Is to, at this point in 1920, it's probably more of a ceremonial thing.
Yep.
Than anything else, because I don't really see a lot of people running around with swords.
Yeah. I'm used to taking people down with my hands.
Right. Okay. All right. You guys got all your stuff, and you're starting to walk up the trail to the village. It's a narrow, snowy passage that leads to the settlement. Everyone, give me a spot hidden roll as you are as you're going through this trail.
I make that at. It's my spot.
I make it regular.
I'm making it hard.
Okay. Brian, did you make it?
No, I failed.
Okay, so if you fail, it's no big deal. It's beautiful. I mean, it's very bucolic. It's very beautiful. This is pristine Japan. This is what it was like before modernization. Back when the legendary samurai meant something. Those of you who succeed, you notice that despite the fact that it's been snowing the entire trip, the trees on either side of the path have no snow on their boughs.
Huh.
That's curious.
You can give me an idea roll.
Oh, I made a 0-1. Holy shit.
I can't make a damn thing.
I know exactly what we're fucking thinking.
You know exactly what it is. You know that of course there's no snow on the trees in an area that has just gone through a series of earthquakes.
it knocks it down, of course.
Oh, that makes sense. I rolled a 91. I'm just like, that's curious.
If you had just totally biffed that roll, you would have gotten the plop of snow on your head.
You know, it is a 91. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's no snow. It's only there's no snow to biff on your head anyway. It was all shaken out before. As you make your way up the cold passage, and you start to see houses in the distance, and then just as you crest the hill and see the tops of the houses of the village,
Whoa.
Everybody make a dex roll.
I made it hard or extreme.
Mine is hard.
Just a regular success.
Yeah, you're able to keep your footing as the ground shakes around you, and you, now, Lily, you finally realize why there's no snow on these trees. As another earthquake happens, it lasts a while, and you're able. Fortunately, you're not near enough anything except for trees, so nothing's falling on you. What are you guys going to do?
Brace myself.
Yeah, brace ourselves. There's not really anywhere to go.
Yeah, like I said, you're able to maintain.
Oh, it's done? Well, if it's done,
Yeah,
move it.
That was your dex. You're able to maintain your footing through this. You've all experienced earthquakes before. As a matter of fact, those of you who really... Whoa, that was a loud one.
Oh, sorry. Is that me?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's the earthquake, man.
Yeah, that was me dumping out my dice jar. I'm looking for sorry about that. I got my mute mixed up. I'm looking for my one of my dice. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, so those of you who are in Tokyo, who are based in Tokyo, you've actually, there was a fairly significant earthquake a few years ago that happened. So yeah, I mean, earthquakes are they're not a huge deal. It's like living in the Bay Area.
Yeah, they're on the Pacific Rim.
Yeah. So, but this one was a little it was a little intense. Fortunately for you, you're not in an urban area, so nothing horrible happened. But it is a little, it's still a little. You're a little shaken, not totally surprised, but a little shaken just by the intensity of the thing. As you make your way into the village, there's a number of houses, but no one's around. It's maybe it's maybe early afternoon. People should be going about their business, even in a small village like this. But there's about 20 houses and no one around.
Hey,
So,
Cal.
Odd.
Hello?
you're
Hey, Cal. Kelly.
Let's do this for Brian. Okay.
Oh,
Brian, I muted you while you're talking to your wife. You can just unmute yourself when at your leisure.
Hello?
Yeah, I'll do it for him.
I start looking around.
Oh, how do I unmute him?
No, he's still talking to her.
Yeah, he's still
All
talking anyway.
I look around with my hand up like this, like the stereotypical, trying to see a far distance away.
I got to figure out how to unmute him now. Sorry.
Should be able to unmute itself, but there's a.
Yeah, I just don't think he knows how to do it. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Well, I continue looking around, and
Okay.
and I ask.
There
Can
we
you,
go.
There you go.
I
There
unmuted
you go.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here. I just muted you while you were.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I was screaming for my wife. The cat just upchucked all over the floor. And yeah, glamorous. So now I'm
You don't want to know what I stepped in this morning.
yeah. Yeah, oh, it's living with animals is great.
Yeah. So Lily, your voice actually carries through the village and to no response. If there were tumbleweeds, there would be one. Nick, what did you say you were doing?
I was just looking around, trying to look in far distance with the stereotypical hand over my forehead.
Okay. Nick, you could give me a spot hidden roll. Or track if you have that.
I do have track. 0-8. Damn, these dice are good tonight.
Dang. All right,
Useful
so
cop, unlike what we're used to.
hi, Wes. So, yeah, there's definitely footprints in the snow that look like they had recent. There's no new snow over them. There at one point recently there was activity in this village.
I point them out to the shopkeep and the nurse.
Yeah, I mean they're coming in and out of buildings, houses, going to where there would be a market set up, going to the road, all sorts.
Should be here. Something's gone wrong.
So all the footprints, like it's all the villages have left, and the footprints are all over the place.
Well, you don't know. You got a 0-8, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
How is that on track? What is that for?
That's an extreme.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It doesn't. So Nick, you could tell that it doesn't. It actually just looks like, just people were going about their business and then just stopped doing stuff, and maybe just like went back to their houses.
Okay. We haven't knocked on any of the doors.
That's what I'm about to do.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Hello?
The door slides open a crack. Yes.
Hi. We're here to help.
You're here to help?
Well, yes, we've heard there were earthquakes, and I happen to be a nurse, and I heard there were injuries here.
You're going to stop the earthquakes?
I don't believe that's in my medical training.
Why would you come here? How did you hear about this?
We all heard from our dear friend. Would we refer to him as Kawakami or Akira?
You can
Kawakami-san, if you're Japanese.
I'm gonna call him Mr. Akira because I'm younger, so I think that's probably what I would call him.
It's probably Mr. Kawakami.
Oh, Mr. Kawakami. Okay.
I'm just going to assume because this was written by a Japanese gentleman that the Kawakami is his family.
That sounds. I don't know of any first names that are Kawakami. It'd be surname. Yeah, it's Kawakami-san.
So Akira is the first name and Kawakami is his last name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we heard from our good friend that there was an earthquake in the area and that the village needed help. We've come to help.
There's been a number of earthquakes in this area.
There was one just now.
Yeah, you felt that?
Yeah,
Just wait 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
This is bad. It's happening again. It's going to happen again. This village is cursed. It's always been cursed.
What do you mean by it's cursed? What do you mean by it's always been cursed?
You can give me a like fast talk or persuade or something like that.
Oh. Can I intimidate him?
I'm gonna try to charm them into telling me.
All right, there you go. You do that.
Could you please tell us?
I don't want to start.
Yeah, that's a 14. That's a 14. Let's not start threatening people.
Yeah, I don't need to start cracking knuckles
So
yet.
that's a hard success. She's giving the full bedside manner, please.
So she says, well, a long time ago, I mean, this is all local legend. We had a series of earthquakes similar to this. Maybe it was a long time ago, back in the days of the Shogun. And the interval between each quake became shorter and shorter every day until finally there was a monk who came to the village and cast a hex on the land to counter the earthquakes. And he I don't know, he took a keystone, something, and he put it in he made a shrine and made it so the earthquakes went away. And now since then we have never had an earthquake here.
Well,
but now they're coming back.
Is something happened to this monk? Did he had some sort of artifact and he left it with the village? Is that right? So why don't you just go check on? Has anybody checked on that?
I'm not going up there. Now with these earthquakes, you don't know what could be going on up there.
Okay.
So the shrine is up on the mountain or something. Where could we find it?
Yes. You should talk to your friend Kawakami-san.
Where can we find him?
Kawakami-san, his family lives in the big house. And going in the direction and looking in the direction where he points, you could see there's quite a regal house in the center of the settlement. That looks like it's definitely a lot more. It's nicer.
I look at my colleagues and I say, "Why do you think he tried to get away from this? This is really nice."
Yes. Go talk to Kawakami-san.
Is there anyone inside that needs medical assistance before I go?
Here, no. Just you should talk to Kawakami.
We bow our ways away because that's what would happen.
The door slides shut.
Very strange.
This entire thing is strange.
And I look at all the other buildings to see if anyone else has been like looking at us or something.
No, not that you can tell.
Is this area known for volcanic activity or anything like? I know Japan has a lot of earthquakes and all that, so maybe is this like an epicenter of? Is this something that's just going to happen every once in a while?
Well, that's the weird thing is this guy was saying that at one point this area was plagued by earthquakes, but now and that some monk did something. And the earthquake stopped, and they hadn't had earthquakes in this area until just a day or two ago.
Right.
Well, it'll be a little bit longer than that.
So it could be thinking about like science and stuff. It could just be a coincidence that they had a bunch of earthquakes, then they stopped about that time. This monk guy or this legend of this monk doing something significant, but it could just be geology. It might not even be.
Most certainly could. I mean, these guys are like, this is rural. This is as rural as it gets.
And most likely it is. The further out we get from town, the more superstitions you'll hear like this.
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling that there's a huge contrast between what you guys are used to. Because, like I said, you guys are used to modern living. Or, 1920s modern living.
Hey, 1920s modern living is still a big difference from rural Japan.
Yes, exactly. You have running water, and you have toilets and gas and heating and all sorts of things. And these guys have fire pits, and they have to go to the stream to get water. They grow their own food.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the modern age is not caught up with this village.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of culture shock. So yes, it definitely could be just geology, It hasn't happened in a while, but the dice roll and there you go.
Yeah.
You can give me an idea roll.
I failed.
Are you telling everybody to give you idea rolls or what?
If you guys are talking this out while you're walking to Kawakami's, then you can give me an idea roll. If I'm assuming that if
what I said in character.
Yeah, I'd be saying it out loud.
Yeah, okay.
I think that they're just being superstitious.
You can give me an idea roll as well.
No, I don't.
All right, so you guys make it to Kawakami's house, his palatial estate, and knock on the door. And instead of with the eyeball, like you're playing Dark Souls or something, the door comes open and he's there, and he goes, "Oh, my friends, you made it! You came! Thank you very much. Please come in, warm yourselves."
Thank you.
He welcomes you in out of the snow. Inside the house, the main room is warmed with an irori fireplace. He bids you to sit around and warm yourselves and dry yourselves out. He goes to prepare tea for you, and as well as something to eat, obviously, because it's such a long thing. And once that's all sorted out, he sits you around, and all the while thanking you. He says, "I'm so sorry I couldn't be of more service to you. My parents, who normally live with me, are staying in the doctor's office outside of the village. During the aftermath of these earthquakes, they were injured. So I am alone in the house right now. Everyone can give me a spot hidden roll."
Dang, these dice are good tonight. 09.
Damn. I rolled a 99. It's time to switch.
Yeah, I got a regular success.
Okay, so if you succeed, you notice there's a newspaper on the ground, and it's kind of just thrown there, but it's face up with what looks like an advertisement that says Coca-Cola syrup, tasty and fresh, good for beauty, and one serving of Coca-Cola will cure thirst, make your mind crisp, and strengthen the nerves to prompt action efficiency.
I'm thirsty. I'm going to get a drink. Hold on a second.
Pep in your step.
You didn't ran him off with the Coca-Cola.
Damn,
Let's see.
Polar seltzer. with no
Gatorade.
with no cocaine. Yeah, it's 1920s. That Coca-Cola syrup probably has a little extra kick.
Probably.
Yeah, you gotta hook them somehow.
So he, at first, Kawakami starts asking you questions about how everything is. How's everything going in Tokyo since he left? He regrets that he had to leave, but his parents took ill, and he's their only son. It is his responsibility to take care of them. Yeah. So
things are good, Mr. Kawakami. All is well in Tokyo. Do we know what he does for a living? Is he a scholar or what is he? Or is he just a wealthy gentleman that doesn't have to work?
Like he was kind of like a wealthy gentleman who just kind of a dilettante who just got sick of living in the sticks and wanted a taste of what it was like, in the big city.
Yeah.
You definitely get a feeling of just wistful longing when you mention Tokyo to him. He complimented. He says, "Oh my, Saito, how you've grown, Saito-kun."
It's all those groceries I eat.
You're definitely getting to be a strapping young man, and he's very glad you were able to take time out to come out here and help him out.
Everybody in Tokyo, when I told them of the predicament here, was very kind and wishes all the best for everybody to be healthy and happy.
Well, I'm glad you were able to make it. So, and with that, he kind of he segues into the story. So maybe it started maybe a week and a half ago. These incidents started happening to the settlement. The treasure that we manage in the Hokora, which is a small, like a small roadside shrine, was gone.
Oh.
All of the villagers except myself tried to find the scepter, but they failed. They couldn't find it. And then, obviously, because I wasn't around at the time, and at that same night, oh no, he was. Never mind. That same night, there was an earthquake that woke everyone, and after that, the quakes just keep on coming, and the villagers say it's a damnation, and they've been cowering inside their homes ever since. No one here will do anything about it. And then he kind of looks a little sheepish and says, if you can believe what they say, and I haven't experienced this, but I've heard some sort of eerie whistle blowing sounds coming from somewhere, but it's hard to tell just because of the mountains. Sound bounces around.
And the earthquake could have loosened some rocks, changed some patterns, and made could easily account for new sounds like that.
Of course, but out here, even though maybe in Tokyo, the yokai are sleeping, out here in the country, they're very, very much alive.
Yokai.
What I want to talk to you about is, as you can see, I have my hands full dealing with just incidents in the village and with my parents. So I was wondering if you can do me a favor. I would be honored if you would help me out to go to the Hokora and try and find our artifact.
Sure. Sounds good to me. I'd be happy to help if we can go to the shrine and see what is there.
Yeah, he describes it as a shaku, which is a traditional scepter that is used in Shinto religious ceremonies. It's actually, instead of being a rod like you would normally expect a scepter to be, it's more flattened out. And as an aside, I just found this out. The length of one is the same length that the Japanese use for their measurement, like they're equivalent to a foot. It's called the shaku.
So it's like a sacred yardstick.
More or less. I think the sacredness came before the yardstickness of it.
Right.
But he says 300 years ago, when this first started happening and this area was plagued by earthquakes, and Monk built that shrine and put his shaku there, imbued with power to prevent the earthquakes from happening. I can't tell you whether the legend is what is happening now, but I can say that people here believe that, and for 300 years we have not had any earthquakes until right now. So maybe the scepter is weakening, but the villagers are reporting that it's gone, and as it is gone, the earthquakes started happening again. It could be a coincidence, but like I said before, out here in the country, the spirits are awake.
Does he seem to believe in the spirits? Like, is this like
He can't really get a beat on that. He's kind of being a little evasive. He's kind of got one foot in modern science and one foot in the past, in yokai and spiritualism.
I'll tell you this, guys. You see my character be visibly upset when he mentions spirits and yokai because my guy has demonophobia. So,
I guess we can ask, what brought you to Delta Green?
I asked if they have like any leads on where it went, or if we possibly could make a new one.
How would you know how to make a new one?
I wouldn't be the person to ask.
Yeah,
I guess a Shinto priest would, right?
Yeah, this particular monk, I believe his name was Daizan.
Now we know what's fucked. He never even did the damn ritual right.
He may have been the last of his life.
You're lucky it lasted this long.
It is growing late. You are more than welcome to spend the night here, or you can go to the Hokora.
I say we stay here.
I do as well. It does him no good to be in this house by himself right now.
Where is the Mr. Kawakami, sir? How far away from your house is this shrine? Is it just inside the village or just outside the village? Oh, wait a minute. We know it's like halfway up the mountain, or am I?
Yeah, it's about an hour walk.
An hour's walk from the village. Okay.
Yeah, up the mountain. Anyone can give me, if anyone's got occult.
Nope. Another 96. God damn, my dice is like having it tonight.
No, you can.
No.
There is an optional roll. You can spend luck and push rolls.
I fucking made it 0-3. These dice are fucking great today.
What did Matt give you dice?
I say, did Matt kiss those dice for you or something? Did he bless them?
No, these are prototype dice that I think are Uneven.
There is a tradition that says that there's a dragon that dwells beneath Japan that causes all of the earthquakes. And objects like this artifact are called keystones, and they're placed to suppress earthquakes.
Okay.
So there is a tradition that backs up what this monk has done. It hasn't been pulled out of Kawakami's. Well, you know, the thing that the sorry.
Did it involve a cucumber?
No. Sorry. In jokes, we gotta. All right.
I'm not talking.
That's
So
okay.
he said-
I'm the new guy. I'm just gonna smile and nod and.
No,
say, okay.
it's a Kappa joke. It's a Kappa joke.
I got to make it twice this week, so. Yeah, so he wants to know if you're going to go and investigate the Hakora.
Absolutely.
Because you're the sooner the better. You obviously are welcome to stay the night here, but the sooner that you're able to get to the bottom of this, the safer it will all be.
What time of day is it?
I'd say it's getting to be evening.
Yeah, I don't really, especially considering they're still having earthquakes. I don't feel comfortable just going out and investigating while that's happening at night.
Fair enough. So,
As your nurse, I would suggest we not do stupid things like that. I only brought so many medical supplies.
I completely understand that. And like I said, it is an imposition for you to come here and do this for me. If you would care to, oh yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry. Do we get the sense that he wants us to go like right now, like leave and go up?
I
Or
think
is he-
psychology on that. Is
Yeah,
he
I'm just
trying to
wondering
force
if
us out?
he's trying to subtly say, no, you need to go right now, or is it okay to
Then you can roll psychology.
stay the night and then head out in
If
the
he's
morning?
acting shifty enough, I would want to roll psychology. It's like, are you hiding something from me? That is an 11, so that is a hard success.
He is certainly not hiding anything from you. He's not acting shifty.
He's just fancy.
really he's concerned. His parents were injured, and the village, however much he I won't say despises it, but resents it. And however much it represents, you know, the old tomfoolery, he generally has an affection for the people in this village.
That makes sense.
And he doesn't want to, you know, he doesn't want anything bad to happen to him, and he certainly feels that investigating this is the way to solve the problem. So much as you can solve a problem. I mean, if it's earthquakes, you know, it's earthquakes. What are you going to do?
Hey, as far as
But he
Tomiko's
definitely-
concerned, she thinks that this is probably a bunch of bull crap. But if it'll get the villagers to calm down, she's for doing it, because the wound up people in the middle of earthquakes is not a good thing either. It
So
makes them do stupid things.
So he goes about on the business of preparing a meal with your help. There's only so much he can do on his own. And you guys are able to have a fairly satisfying meal. You talk a little bit more, and he says that in the morning he has to go and check on his parents. He does ask
sorry, Mr.
Kawakami.
Thank you, Mr. Kawakami. Are there any Shinto priests in the village that might also have some insight on this matter?
No, there aren't. He goes, honestly, I'm not the only person here who has longed for better things, and gone on to a more urban setting, and the number of people here have been dwindling, and a lot of people just simply don't live here anymore, and we don't have enough to. We never were a big village, but we never had enough to have a priest that was in the area. There's definitely people who service the area, and there's a monastery, off that way, but it's many leagues away.
Are they aware that the artifact has been taken, or would they send somebody if they knew?
That's really not their concern. That was always the responsibility of the village, was to take care of that. And through the years, we may have lapse in that responsibility, much to our shame.
Okay.
So he shows you all to your rooms, and maybe in an hour after you all start to drift off, you feel another and everyone can give me dex rolls. Actually, why don't everybody give me luck rolls?
Nope. Fucking
35.
9. Jeez.
Made my luck.
So if you made the roll, you're cool. If you fail that luck roll, give me a dodge.
Dodge, okay. Come on,
Dodge
guys,
the
don't
ground.
fucking-
Can I give you a Chrysler instead?
Oh, it's terrible. No, I failed that too.
As did I. Failed.
Okay, so if you fail that dodge roll, you take 1 point of damage from an object falling on you, something a little bit smaller than a Chrysler.
Nice
All right.
Nissan.
Might have been a Mitsubishi.
Says it's a nice Nissan.
So I'm gonna shout like a Ford fell on me or something. I'm just gonna be like ah, and just kind of get up out of bed and so I don't bleed all over the sheets, and try to look to see if I can wash myself off in a wash basin or something.
Sure. Yeah, you stumble to where you remember the wash basin to be, maybe even like a light one of the lanterns in the room so you can see.
Yeah.
There's no ambient light like you would get in a city.
Uh-huh.
It's dark.
Yeah.
So yeah, you fumble around a little, and you're able to light the lantern in your room and make it to a wash basin and
see if I can just
off a little.
try to clean myself off, see the extent of I'm expecting that I'm half decapitated, but it's only a point, but so
I imagine
soft
that's
city
enough
living.
about- He's screaming like he's been murdered, then of course I'm gonna come see.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm hoping for a little first aid, a little bandaging might be great.
Okay. While you guys are doing this, and you get a you get like a little bit of a hold over what's going on. You kind of experience like back-to-back earthquakes, essentially. Give me a sanity roll.
Okay.
Ooh, I failed that.
What the fuck, 90? Really? Like that's like the 5th 90 I've rolled in a row.
Yeah, my dice are. If I was playing Marvel superheroes right now, the old face rip, I'd be on fire. But I'm not. So I'm not on fire. I'm insane.
Okay, so yeah, if you lose, just take 1d3.
Okay.
Just because, like I said, it's not a huge deal, but it is. It's a little creepy
It's
that
very
you're having
unsettling.
these earthquakes are happening like that.
Yeah. very frightening, and I can see where the people are getting the sense that like these supernatural beings are displeased. I could very much believe that. It's creepy as hell. Feels so powerless. Yeah.
Yeah. Kawakami comes in, clutching his own head. As he looks like he's gotten a little bit of a nick as well.
All right.
Sorry.
I'll shuffle off to the. I'll shuffle off so he can have a turn at the wash basin, and I got up like a cloth pressed to my forehead.
After cleaning himself up, he goes, "Now you see what we are dealing with here. It's crazy. You really need to get up there and see what's going on. I'll give you directions."
Why I didn't want to go at night. She comes in holding her head where she's been hit.
Oh no, you got hit too?
Scratch, it's fine.
Oh, look what happened to me. I practically got my head taken off. 1 point.
She gives you the most. What's the best way to describe the look she gives you? Because it's still a caring look, but it's one of those poor baby looks of, oh my God, he's just such a child.
Yeah, and then I got up and all the blood went to my head and I got woozy and it was dark and I didn't know if I was going to make it out of that room alive, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll check him over with first aid.
Okay. You can roll first aid.
No.
She's too busy internally laughing and trying not to let it show.
Fine. It's fine. I don't make it worse, but she does not make it better. He's probably like gesturing wildly, like it hit me in the head. Stop moving.
They came down.
You won't die. It's fine. I'll do first aid on myself too.
Okay.
I know what will help this out. A beer.
Actually,
hang on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, a beer sounds like a great idea, actually.
You guys aren't
I make that. I actually have a taster version of sake, me, the person playing this character. And I am back to full.
Yeah, I mean, it's minimum of.
Yeah, I just happened to flub his. I think he was probably, his character was moving around and she's just like, here, just take a Band-Aid.
All right, so by the time you all calm down and bandage yourselves and wash yourselves and talk about how freaky it is, you can start to see dawn breaking on the horizon. For another crisp winter day.
Suppose we're all awake now, so we might as well just have breakfast and get going.
Yeah, might as well head out.
Kawakami says that he's going to be at his parents', at the doctor's where his parents are. He's going to be trying to take care of them during this and check on them from the last earthquake. But he tells you where it is. It's not too far outside of the village, so you can reach him there if you need him.
Good luck, Mr. Kawakami. I hope your parents are okay.
Thank you. The path up to the Hokora is a narrow and snowy approach. It takes about an hour of switchbacks and going through what would be breathtaking scenery if the circumstances of your journey weren't so dire. But you eventually come to a small Hokora up ahead, and for those of you who want to know, I'll hold up the cover of this thing, and that is what a Hokora looks like.
So we're not talking a big, like, Western church where people walk in and sit down and look at an altar. We're talking like a little kiosk.
Yeah, exactly. It's a hutch, more or less.
So, and the hutch is bare, huh? There's no scepter there, obviously, right?
No, there's a small altar and a structure around it. Normally, you guys can give me idea rolls.
Yep. I make that at hard.
Yeah, so normally these things are dedicated to the kami, the god of the area, or a god of the area. This one doesn't seem to be dedicated to anything. There's no symbolism or anything that gives away to whom this structure was dedicated.
It's just housing the Shaka. Or Shaku. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
I already apologized for our shitty pronunciation at the beginning of this.
I mean, you can't apologize. I mean, although, like, from what my Japanese sensei told me when I was learning Japanese, that would be a very Japanese thing to do. Don't.
What,
It's also a very Southern thing to do. Stop doing it.
wait, apologize, not apologize?
No, apologizing. Just don't stop apologizing. You already apologized once for everything. Stop. Just quit.
Okay. Well, I'm apologizing to Nick.
All right. Well, yeah, I was apologizing for myself. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
All right, so yeah.
a Canadian thing too. Just kidding.
I'm not Canadian. I can only speak for the South.
Everyone can give me an intelligence roll as you.
I made it.
Poking around here.
No, regular.
Okay.
Nothing. Clueless.
Yeah. So Nick, you realize that there's actually it's an open structure. Like think of a not that it is one, but think of like a gazebo, right? Where it's open. There's a few columns that support the roof, but it's more or less an open structure. There's no snow in the vicinity of the Hokora at all, not on the roof. It's almost as if the snow just missed the structure.
Wow, that's scary. Oh, it's creepy.
Yeah, you can actually give me a sanity roll.
Wait, what were we rolling for?
I got a 40.
Nick is.
I made it.
You made it? Yeah, you're fine.
No, I'm asking like what was the roll? Because like if it was the intelligence roll, I passed it too.
Oh, then you can also give me.
Ignorance is bliss.
This is
It really isn't. It is.
it's
Like
this
I
is
want to
just-
be fair. I wasn't gonna let that
I'm the most
sand-
blissful character in this game. Let me tell you.
I'm fine. I rolled a 05.
yeah, you're cool. It's once again, it's just odd.
That's curious.
It's probably just got shaken off by the earthquakes, just like everything else around here.
Looking inside, you find that there is a mounting where the shaku would fit, but there's no shaku.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask everyone to give me a power roll. There's always. I'm just going to explain because the actual
Giants.
the actual scenario calls for a listen roll,
I made a 34.
and you'll understand why I'm calling for power.
05. So yeah, that's extreme.
Yeah, I made an extreme success.
Okay, so if you make it, you realize there's a faint rotting smell.
Ooh.
See, one of the issues with Call of Cthulhu is that there's listen, there's spot hidden,
Yeah,
but there's 5 senses.
I've seen. I mean, other
Yeah,
games I've seen handled it as like a perception roll. They just call it a perception roll.
Yeah, I
It's
just power.
it's weird with Call of Cthulhu because it does have those two specific
Yeah.
things.
I
Yeah.
just use power normally just because it's equated.
Yeah, I use spot hidden in mine. I know it's like a visual spot hidden. You think spot, but I tend to use it as a blanket for any kind of perception.
And here they want a listen roll because it's non-visual.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
what
but you wouldn't actually listen.
No,
It would
I
definitely be
listen.
more spot
There's
than
actually
listen,
like
in my opinion.
I think there's a page in the new Keepers book that addresses this. That actually, I forget what they say how to address it, but I think there is a little blurb in the new book about how to do that, how to handle it. But whatever.
We digress.
Yes, we do.
Keeper's call. That's the way I
So
look at it.
there is a faint rotting smell. And now I will ask for spot hidden roll.
I failed this time.
I make that with a 09. Apparently, your mojo has moved to me, Nick.
As long as someone has
I got a 2. I got a regular success. What's that smell?
Wait, you got a 2 and that's a regular success?
No, I got a regular success. I got a not even a 2.
Yeah,
I
got it. I got it extreme.
I got you. Okay, so if you make the spot hidden roll, you actually notice that there's a viscous liquid that is smeared on the mounting that is kind of dripping onto the ground, or has dripped onto the ground. It's a little congealed right now, it looks like, but that is the source of the smell.
Can I roll biology on it?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
chemistry? Which would you prefer? Is this the same? Either or.
They're the same.
37, I make that.
sense if biology or biological.
Yeah,
That's basically what I'm trying to like. Can I tell if this is?
It definitely has that look of something that would be organic material, but it ain't the right color.
Oh, I feel like that's a sand roll for me because I know that.
Okay.
Like, that's not, I'm just being real. It's like I feel like that would bother her.
Time
That's
for
not
sand
right.
rolls, but you're more than welcome to make it.
Hey, you know what? What's the call of Cthulhu game without lost sand? Right?
Sorry, I jumped up. What does this thing now? The slimy stuff is what?
I passed that, but yeah, I tell you,
You can
both
just
that,
lose
that
one.
looks organic, but it is not the right color.
So is it like fish oil or something?
No, I don't think so. This
It's
smells
a
like
little
it's
too
rotten.
viscous. Yeah.
Ugh.
It could be any normal, any amount of decaying fluid, but I've never seen it this color.
Gross.
Yeah, while you're looking at that and kind of seeing where it pooled a little underneath where the mounting is, you can give me a spot hidden roll or track if you have it.
I don't have track. It's a nurse need a track. I make that. That is a regular success.
As do I. Regular spot hidden.
Okay, so right near where the pool of viscous fluid, congealed fluid is that smells rotten. You see it's an indent in the floor, a shallow depression that is 5-pointed. So it almost looks like a star.
Fucking elder things.
And there's another one a little bit further on, and next to where that one is, there's another pool of viscous fluid that's stinky.
I think something moved what was in here. Maybe it's hurt. I've never seen anything like this before.
So do they look like weird footprints or something? Like these five, or does it look like somebody took a five-pronged something or other and just kind of set it down a couple of places, or what is it?
You can give me track rolls.
Okay. Let's see. I failed.
I made my track. I got a hard success.
Yeah. So Nick, you can actually give me a sanity roll.
Shit. I failed that 92.
Okay. You lose 2 points of sanity as you realize that these very well behave like footprints, but really they're footprints of nothing you've ever seen.
Oof.
Neither man nor beast.
I don't like this.
Not even a fox has footprints like this.
I feel like you and I probably exchange a look of this is not okay with each other. Because I realize that whatever this is organic, but I don't know what it is. And it smells like death. And you just realize that the tracks are tracks.
They actually go off. I just gotta find my little map. They actually go off as the trail goes further up the mountain. They seem to be somewhat following the trail.
Well, I look at the other two and I say, shall we?
Yeah, I think if we follow it, maybe we'll find who or what took the scepter.
If we want to find them.
I do, because then we can put the scepter back. We can stop the earthquakes.
You asked a good point.
And this is why in my Japanese adventure, I have honor as a stat, as a skill. Push.
Oh, to
Anyway.
make us do shit? Just
Yes.
go ahead and do this.
It's the do the right thing roll. Okay, so the trail, it's a little treacherous. The snow has not avoided the trail, which is good and bad because it makes following this really easy. Because you can see these 5-pointed footprints following the trail a little bit, and then you can also see a trail of what you can only assume is blood, ichor, something like that. It is a little slick. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little slick with the snow, and there is a sheer drop to the right on the open part of the mountain.
Did Mr. I keep forgetting his name, Mr.
Kawakami.
Thank you, Mr. Kawakami. Did he have, I know we were only in his home a short while, but did he have snowshoes or anything that would help us with better footing?
You can give me a luck roll.
Okay. Let's see. Nope.
No.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna pretend like I would have thought to
Should
have
we
that because I
maybe
had no
tie-
intention of coming out of the city.
Should we maybe tie a rope to each other just in case one of us happens to fall off the side?
What do you know? I happen to have rope.
Yes, you have one Gygax worth of rope.
Is that worth it?
I have a strength at 20, so if you're relying on me to pull you up off a mountainside, not so much.
I have a strength.
Wait, what? How do you have a strength of 20?
I rolled incredibly poorly on my stats
Wow.
roll for creating this character. For his strength, he's got some other nice attributes, but strength isn't one of them.
You can roll 2-1-1 sometimes.
Yeah,
2-1
I rolled. Yeah, it was really low roll. I said, "Oh, we're off to a good start." So,
What do
how
you
about,
have as a strength, good officer? I'm just curious now.
I have a strength. I'm below average.
Oh my
Slightly-
god, I'm the
slightly
person in the
below
group that
average.
has strength.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to lift patience up all the
Yeah,
time,
like-
right?
Yeah,
But
that's why I
I
kept
use-
it that.
I use
It's like so we
use
have one with
leverage.
20, one below average, and then I have a strength of 60.
I hear you.
I would make a
Fulcrum's
terrible
low,
paperweight.
pulleys. Yeah.
You don't need to be strong to use judo and aikido effectively.
Incline planes. The best part about this conversation is usually we have this conversation about appearance.
We do use. Speaking of appearance, what is your appearance?
On a scale of 1 to 100. How would
How
you?
attractive are you?
40. I'm ugly.
My characters are always pretty. I'm not even gonna fucking front.
That's a dumb stat.
Hey man, you don't know what advantages you can walk into when you can
Very
fucking
good
flirt. That's the way I look at it. I have seduced people to get information in our games before.
Also, depending on what your occupation is, it's good to have an eye out.
Anyone
I
who
haven't
wants
had the
to play,
opportunity with the one in Steve's game. Aika hadn't had the opportunity with her yet, but she could do it.
anyone who wants to play Master of Nyarlathotep, there's a guard at the British Museum.
That poor
who's
guy.
Very susceptible to a little cleavage.
That was the one in New York.
And was
Because that was
New
the first
York?
thing I did. Yeah, that was New York. That guy has probably thrown himself off a bridge by now.
He's still there. He's still at the corner. Wilted flowers, bow tie.
She'll call me back one day.
All right, so you guys rig yourselves to each other.
I'm just praying that I'm not having to haul anybody up off a mountain because it's going to be terrible. How about
if things go tits up, I'm the one hauling people up the mountain.
Yeah.
if one of you all falls off the mountain, though, I'm going to be like pulled like right off with you. 'Cause I'm not.
And this is how the campaign will end. We will all fall off the mountain to our death.
Just fall. That's how it ends.
After a while, you come to a bridge, but it's you are in a poor mountain area, so it's not a very sturdy bridge. It's more or less a couple spans of rope with boards
Yeesh.
going. It's not a huge gap, but it's long enough that someone felt that they needed to put a bridge.
How so it's not a huge gap width-wise, but looking down, how far down, and is it like
Why would you look down?
little river or sharp rocks down there?
That is the first mistake of crossing a bridge. You look down.
Crocodiles. No, it's sharp rocks.
Sharp
Fucking shug
rocks.
off. This is a large ass shug off down there.
Just like
Really regretting having this rope tied around me.
It really looks like part of the mountain had just ripped open.
Yeah. Would it be possible to get a like a walking stick for maybe extra stability?
I thought you were.
You know, it might, in game terms, it might give a bonus die if you have to make like a dex roll. I don't know. I don't want to metagame it, but just
No,
for
that'd be fine, especially considering you said that you brought a walk.
Let's say you said you had one. So
yeah, I was thinking I would like to have
use out
got
of
one,
it.
and
Yeah, you
after I
can-
tied to these other people, I really want to make sure I have it because I might need it to like dig in and you know, keep myself from going anywhere.
I like how he's assuming he's going to be the last one standing.
You were able to cross the bridge. I'm not going to ask for dex rolls while you're just, I mean, you could take your time. You can do whatever you need to do.
And it looks like a sturdy little bridge. Doesn't look like a decrepit.
No. It's, but you know what kind of bridge I'm talking about, right?
Sure, yeah, like one of those little suspension little bridges
Right.
over a gap. Yeah.
Like picture without the crocodiles, the end of the Temple of Doom.
Sure. Just not as impressive in terms of its width or size or any of that stuff.
Yeah, its length is maybe a little bit shorter than that.
Yep.
Not the size, guys.
At some point, as you are going across this trail, the trail switches back on itself, but while the trail switches back, you can give me your track roll, Nick.
Ooh, on the dot.
Yeah, you notice that the footprint starts to it doesn't follow the trail after that point. And it starts to veer off into the forest. Kind of, the grade isn't as great right here, so you don't have to be mountain goats. You could go off the trail and still have a relative, stability in the surrounding area. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's do it.
It is going to take a little bit longer because now you actually have to pay attention to what you're doing. So we'll get one more track roll.
Oh, sorry. 10. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually are able to follow this, even though the spoor is getting a little bit harder to follow because you're no longer on a nice pristine or semi-pristine trail. You're trudging through the land. You come to a cave entrance.
Oh, a cave.
That odor,
Yeah.
is it seems to be stronger. Well, you've been in the open air, but that smell of rotting decay seems to be coming from inside that cave.
Speaking of the smell, not to derail, I'll be super fast. It's the librarian in me. It's on page 201 of the Keepa book. It says that spot hidden. It says chiefly visual observation, though it can also be used for smell or taste.
There we go.
And now
So
we
from
know.
now on, we will
because
use
no
spot hidden for
it's half
smell
the
and
battle.
taste and listen for hearing and touch.
All right.
Wait, what?
Well,
That-
there's
all
5
right.
senses,
That
right?
was real start.
There's
all
5
right.
senses.
I listen
Uh,
with my fingertips.
Okay, so you come to a cave entrance and there is an odor. That odor is coming from the cave.
Gross.
Flip over to you.
Well,
That doesn't smell good at all. Like there could be a wild animal in there.
Sounds good.
It doesn't smell good. If smells had a sound, this doesn't sound good at all.
What does this smell sound like to you?
I guess I pull out my flashlight from my
Chartreuse. It
backpack.
sounds like chartreuse.
All right, are you guys still tied together?
We should probably untie ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Right. So
Yeah, I could have been a dick keeper.
Yeah, they go to walk in. They go to walk in, and Aoki stops and just tugs on the ropes and
yeah.
pulls them back. And
God.
maybe straight them
I know
down.
people who do that too.
Do you escape? Afraid not.
Boo! Hiss. Hiss.
Sorry.
Gonna fit it very well.
We've reached the end of our rope.
If you can make Lily do that, you're all right.
Hiss.
Okay, so you guys are able to untie yourselves. So who's going in? How are you doing this?
I look to the policeman. Like you're a cop.
I'll go in first. I have the
I
flashlight.
believe you also have the flashlight,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Okay. Trying to be stealthy. I guess it's hard with a flashlight.
Yeah, you can.
I'll go in with him now, holding my little walking stick like a club,
Okay.
like behind him. Like I got your back.
Yeah, I guess I'm holding my jete in one hand and the flashlight in the other. Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
All right.
And Lily, are you going in with them? Or are you
I am.
okay? You go into the cave, and it is a fairly large cavern area. And the once you get maybe 5 feet in, that smell is overwhelming. Once the influence of the outside air is gone, you can all give me con rolls real quick.
This is a sigh with a broken handle, so that makes it a jitte. Hey,
I passed that.
we're rolling for spot hidden.
No,
No, we're
con.
rolling con.
Oh, con.
Can you spend luck on attribute rolls?
Yep.
I failed
Okay.
that.
Because I failed by 2, and I would like to pass, so I'd like
That's
to
fine.
spend 2 luck.
Yeah.
Good.
You
Okay.
can do that as the gorge rises in your throat. You're able
Yep.
to kind of choke it back down.
I've smelled worse.
Nick, you're not as lucky, and your breakfast that was so delicious when you ate it this morning tastes foul in your mouth.
I try to hand the flashlight off as I start upchucking. Here, take it.
Yeah. So, everyone can make a listen roll
Clean up in aisle 5.
while Nick is
Clean up in cave 2.
I make that.
I made my listen roll.
I didn't. I'm too
You actually
busy trying to
have
get away from his sounds of his.
You actually have a penalty die, Nick, because you're throwing up at the time.
Let me roll this penalty die then. Oh, I fail it.
All right. So, Nick, you're the rest of you here. It's not quite a rustling. It's more wet of a noise
Gross.
coming from in the darkness of the cavern.
Could you please do your best to imitate the noise?
I need like a wet, like hot dog
Oh,
and sandpaper.
oh, ew!
Hey.
But the look he gave right before he gave that description was like, "Really, Nick? Really?"
Does that help?
All right. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so Nick is throwing up. You guys hear like this slurping sound.
Yeah, I probably don't hear it. I failed my listen roll. All I can hear is
You
him
don't.
throwing up.
You don't,
Right,
but
so-
but Lily
Okay.
definitely hear it.
Yeah, I'm standing next to him, helping him, and then I hear that, so I grab his hand and point it towards the direction of the noise I hear, with the flashlight in it.
Yeah, give me a sandy roll.
If I'm going down, you're coming with me, bastards. That's why I pointed the flashlight. Oh my god, I rolled a 04.
You are totally fine with this. I don't know how something that looks so unflexible is reclining, but it manages to do it. You see this barrel-shaped thing with glistening, I guess it's skin. It is the first thing you notice, aside the fact that it has wings, is that the number 5 was definitely the foremost of whatever put this together's mind, because that's how its symmetry is based. There are 5 tentacles ranged radially around it. Each of its legs ends, each of its 5 legs, which look very flexible themselves, ends in a 5-digit appendage. I wish I had a picture. Oh wait, I do.
Oh no.
We'll just go with the standard one. It almost looks like a cross between a flower, a bat, and some sort of anemone.
I know what the hell an older thing looks like. It's fine.
Yes, you do. But that's what it looks like.
Ugh.
And like I said, that thing does not look very flexible, but it is somewhat leaning on the ground. And Lily, give me a spot hidden. And the rest of you can do the sanity rolls after, like
Seeing
you
this
look at her
thing.
reaction.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really like.
So we've seen it too now. We've all seen it. Yeah.
Well, now she's gone, and that draws your attention. Yes, so you've
Yeah.
also give me sanity rolls.
No.
19.
No,
I
you've
passed
already
the spot.
made yours.
You told me to make a spot, didn't you?
Oh yeah, okay, yes. I need a sanity roll from Nick.
I was muted. Sorry, I failed.
Okay, if you fail, you take 5.
Oh, insanity!
Did I lose any for making it?
Nope.
Okay.
Sometimes it needs to be scientifically brained. It's just she's just fascinated. Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, so
That-
you guys actually hear. One of you can. Well, how do you react when you see this thing after losing 5?
Throw up more.
Fair enough.
Actually, 5 or more. Should I make an int roll to see if my mind fully
Yes.
is
Yeah.
in the?
Yes,
'Cause that- I could be rolling on the insanity table.
I made a 15. Yeah, I made my intelligence roll.
okay.
Oh.
Now my dice are deciding to roll low. That's just great.
So,
Dice are always in favor of sand loss.
Yeah, I fully comprehend the alien horror of this thing in the cave.
excellent. You can both give me a D10. While you're doing that, Lily, you see clutched in one of its tentacles what looks to be like a flattened rod.
I got a 1.
We're after.
Okay, Brian, you got a 1.
Yes.
So give me another D10.
Okay. That would be an 8.
Okay, so for 8 rounds, you actually have no idea where you are, what you're doing. The last thing you remember, honestly, was selling groceries in Tokyo.
Clean up in aisle 5. Clean up in aisle 5.
My cabbages.
Yeah. I'm just gonna lean up against the side of the wall. Like, where are the canned fish? Where's the just kind of dither off, in a fugue.
Okay, Nick, what are you rolling?
I rolled a 3.
You know who normally rolls a 3?
Rodney.
Yes.
Ah, shit.
A red mist descends.
Oh God,
Oh.
no.
Roll.
Who's the police officer?
Weapon. Roll another D10.
Hey, I said I wanted to play the cop from Cube.
Please be low.
I got a 7.
God damn.
Okay, so Nick, your vision just turns red. You see this alien thing in front of you. It looks like it may even be injured, clutching the object of your quest.
Oh, I'm gonna kill it.
Somehow the earthquakes that have been plaguing this area are directly connected to this blasphemous thing laying there.
This thing is breaking the law of reality.
Breaking the law. Reality. Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
All right. We're going to go Dex order, and I'm actually going to need a roll off between Lily and Brian.
Okay.
Just roll a D10.
D6 or D10? Okay.
Yeah, just roll a
D10.
D10 and tell me who gets a better score.
I got an 8 on a D10.
9.
All right, so the order is going to be Nick, Lily, and Brian. So Nick, you are committed to violent acts.
I'm gonna hip toss it.
Okay, so you're gonna.
I'm gonna attack it. Well, do I have a choice? Like, can I choose? I'm
You
going
can
to
attack
this thing.
You can attack that. You can attack either of your companions.
I'm gonna attack the thing that has driven me insane, and I feel like
You know what? I am gonna say this because I'm playing fair. I was holding your arm.
Well, I have a fear of spirits and demons, so I mean, if I have a red mist, I feel
I'm
like
not
I need
gonna
to
not
kill this
like
thing.
have you attack me. That's all I'm saying. It's just I felt like I should give you that option. Just I was holding your arm.
I want to kill this thing.
All right.
Shit in the
So-
face.
So you're gonna attack it with your jete?
Yeah.
All right. Roll your brawl.
I got a regular success.
All right. I don't know how you would make an elder thing look surprised, but it doesn't attempt to dodge. So you come at it with your jete and you hit it.
Damn.
Roll damage.
That's what I'm talking about. I got the 3.
Okay.
I got the full 3.
Do you have a damage bonus?
No. I got strength of 45.
Oh, that's true. Might be a big guy. You're not.
You're a big guy. You're not. But
So,
you could have been.
Lily, what is Aoki doing?
She is in shock right now. She has no idea why this man just attacked that thing or what's
He just
happening.
ripped his arm out of your hand. Didn't bother wiping the gunk coming down his face and his shirt, and charged this thing.
Yeah, I would say just the fact that he just charged for it to attack it flat out. She's just standing there going, "Whoa."
Okay. And Brian, you see this happening, but it doesn't click. There's no context for it all.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to try to get between the two customers that are fighting in the store in the aisles. See if I can pull them apart.
Okay.
There's enough for everyone.
Okay. What's your build?
My build is a -1.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which customer are we going for? Because one of them's a big guy. And you can't take him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
he's
must
a-
be a sumo.
And he's dressed like a policeman. No, there's a policeman attacking a sumo wrestler in the grocery store.
Yes.
The
So-
little images.
I guess I don't want to go for either. I just want to
Now
try
the
to get
sumo
between them.
isn't. Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's dressed like he's in his. Yeah, he's.
Yeah,
like,
he's in his.
it's weird. I don't know why
full-
there would be a half naked guy in a grocery store, but maybe
Right.
he needed.
Maybe he just badly needed a snack or something. So I will. I'm gonna not try to go after either one. I'm gonna try to get between them, kind of like, whoa, 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 guys, whoa, stop fighting. I'll have to get the manager.
Okay, give me your fighting, and Nick. You're gonna have actually a penalty die because Nick's got a bigger build than you.
Sure.
And Nick, you can
So base
you can
fighting.
try and fight back because you're all about violence right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
as,
I'm not-
as he's trying to like
Just try to
Yeah,
separate.
you
Get
could,
the-
like,
yeah.
push him away.
So I have fighting brawl base, so it's 25%.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna roll that. Just try to get between the two customers and
Right.
keep them from clobbering each other. Yeah, no, 89. So I miserably fail.
I should roll to fight back.
You kind of have to.
I passed. I got a regular success.
Okay. Yeah. So you try and get between these two, and the cop just grabs you and flings you aside. It
All
doesn't
right.
do any
Yes.
damage.
Can I like Aikido throw him away?
Yeah, you use his own momentum because you have bigger fish to fry. Speaking of which,
I'm gonna get the manager.
okay. Nick.
Yeah.
You can attempt to prevent this from happening as a fight back, but one of a tentacle from where its head should be, tries to whip around you.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna use that to do an Oogoshi. I passed my fight.
Okay. You can roll your damage. As you know, it comes at you and you're able to knock it aside.
I was trying to hip throw it. Not
Or
really
you hip throw a tentacle.
Use the momentum. It's trying to hit me. I just go around.
He's not rational. He's completely fucking batshit crazy right now.
Damn.
So how much damage do you do?
2.
Okay. Of course, the one thing I didn't write down. Okay, so as that one tentacle comes by, you're going to have to penalty die on this because another one comes at you to try and grab you.
All right, with penalty die.
Damn,
I still make it. I got a regular success.
okay, you can try and fight back as well on that one, or you could, you fought back. You can roll your damage.
1 point.
Okay. Let me just check one thing. I wrote down everything but one thing. Oh, all right. Yeah. So, Brian, the sumo is coming after you.
He's coming after me?
Yeah, you don't know how because he seems to be standing and still fighting the cop, but somehow, and you can't parse this really, but you are freaking out right now.
Yeah.
You can try and dodge.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to dodge. I don't like big angry sumo wrestlers coming at me in the store.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to try to dodge, and I fail with a 51.
Okay.
I'm going to spend luck if he's going to get me.
No. Fortunately for you,
Okay.
it seems like his attention is on the cop. So
Okay.
It's almost like a afterthought.
Yeah.
This attack on you.
Okay.
So we'll go to the top of the round. So I'm keeping track of how many rounds you guys are
Yeah.
nuts.
Is this round 3 or round 2 or?
That was round 1.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
Okay, so Nick, yeah, the thing attacked you.
Do I have a hold of one of the tentacles?
Sure.
Nugget.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 10. I got an extreme.
Okay.
Shoulder throw. I'm gonna throw it over my shoulder.
Got a regular success. So you are able to you don't know how really, like, if you're doing anything to it, but you like shoulder through this tentacle, and are you still holding on to it while you're doing this, or are you letting it go? Okay. So yeah, roll your damage.
I got the 3 again. I love it.
And
Oh yeah.
Lily, so now you see that this thing it's fighting off Nick and trying to keep Brian away. One of its tentacles is useless. It's wounded, and it's not. It's bleeding and it's kind of limp. Not really. Maybe like Shuggathly, right?
Shug off like just limp and
no, it's it's a very sluggish.
flaccid penis. I mean tentacle. Yes.
Yes. Yes. It's flaccid.
That is the word you were looking for.
I was looking for sluggish, but flaccid will work.
It's not erected whipping around. It's flaccid.
Yes. So, and another one is clutching the the scepter. What are you going to do?
All right, so the younger of our party is not like being clutched by a tentacle or anything, is he? He's just kind of like in the way of things.
He's like, yeah, it's almost like the tentacle is just keeping him away. The cop is in the thick of it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother trying to stop what's happening with him.
Yeah,
he's clearly lost. Like he's in a rage or something, and I know not to get involved in that until he's lost the energy to do that.
He's wrestling with the tentacle.
Woo! Every now and then.
I'll put the figure 4 on next. Don't worry. It's coming. You gotta set up the figure.
Skirting around the damn tentacle.
Just go right into the figure 4.
The cream rises to the top.
I am all right. So one tentacle is limp, the other one's holding the scepter, and one's trying to fend off one, and the other one's fighting Nick.
Right.
So that leaves one tentacle left, right?
No,
Other than
top 5.
Nope. All right, so that's all 5 of them. So I'm gonna try to grab the scepter.
Okay. You can do it with fighting brawl. We'll do it
Is the question.
as a maneuver.
That's a base skill for me.
Hold on.
Let's see. Come on, dice. Nope, it's an 89. I don't even touch the fucking scepter.
Yeah, it's hard to get around to it. You lunge at it, but the tentacle moves out of the way.
I imagine it's like one of those things. You've seen people like try to the snake charmers. That's what she's doing, like reaching for it, and then it moves, and she moves back with it. Right.
Brian. So yeah, the sumo is somehow, and you really don't know how because he's nowhere near you at this point. Is shooing you away somehow.
Yeah. I am definitely going for the manager. This can't be happening in the store.
Okay. So you wander off.
Yeah.
Mr. Kurosawa.
Mr. Kurosawa. Mister, they're fighting in aisle 5.
Okay, so but you're not running, you're just like walking to where you think.
Yeah, maybe where in my fragmented state, I would think where the manager's office might be. I don't know.
Okay.
Some random direction.
All right. Nick, you can fight back as the tentacle you're well, I'll tell you what, you're holding on to it, right?
Yeah.
What's your strength?
45.
Okay. Make strength roll.
Shit. Now I start fucking up. 76. I fail.
Okay.
They giggle.
Yeah, so the tentacle that you're holding breaks free from your grip. The other one that you were fighting, you can dodge a fight, or you can fight back.
I'm gonna fight back. I'm gonna try to grab it.
Oh,
wait. I'll spend 3 luck points to make a regular success.
Okay. Yeah, it comes in on you and tries to grab you around the neck, and you're able to slap it away. Literally. Because Brian started walking away just randomly, kind of glassy-eyed. The third tentacle that was shooing him away starts to treat you the same way. So you actually have a choice. You can dodge or fight back.
I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
Try to anyway. Nope.
What is it? Man. All right. Kind of handicap myself in this. All right. The tentacle. Once again, its attention must be fully on this raging thing in front of it because it misses you. And out of the corner of your eye, you see it grip the rod, the scepter, tighter. Nick, what are you doing? You have no tentacle now.
People's elbow! People's elbow! Give him the Stone Cold Stunner! We can't hear you, Dick.
I'm gonna try to grapple with the tentacle so I can set up something for the next round.
He's totally gonna go for the fucking figure four.
I got a success.
All right. Yeah, you could grapple it. You managed to grab it and set it up for what you're doing next time.
Sharpshooter.
I'm just gonna try. Yeah.
Sharpshooter.
Lily, what are you doing?
All right, so it's gripping tighter, and
Yeah, so
the other tentacle's fighting me.
if you were to go for the rod, you would have to make a combined dex and grab, because you would have to get around the tentacle that is currently trying to engage you.
Combined dex and grab. I mean, my grab is pretty low anyway, so I mean that would be a risk anyway. But yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I'm just, if that's what you wanted to do.
No, I'll give that a shot, because other than that, she's just standing there and hoping the cop doesn't get murdered. Right now, she can't really fight. I don't make that. It's a 45. I make the dodge, but I mean the dex, but I don't make the grab.
Okay. Yeah, give me an idea roll while Brian gets the manager.
Okay. No, I can't. It's 88.
All right.
This whole situation is just so fucking absurd. It's just lost.
It is
lost. So yeah, she's backing up if she can.
All right. So, Nick, the tentacle that you're not currently holding comes around. If you fight back, you would have to do it with a penalty die or give up your hold on the tentacle you're holding. Is he there? He's not even there. We're fighting, so he must have
I
gone.
swear, we are fighting, so he went to go take a shit. There he is.
So, Nick, I'll repeat myself. The tentacle that you're not holding is coming in from the side. If you want to try and dodge, or if you want to try and fight back, you're going to have to unhand the tentacle you're currently engaged with to do so. If not, you could try and fight back, but you're going to have a penalty die. Because
I'll let go of the tentacle and try to high kick the shit out of it.
Okay.
Ooh, 0-5. I high kick the shit out of it. That's an extreme.
Okay, it comes in, and you use the one that you're currently holding as leverage.
Technically, does this qualify as elder abuse?
Yes! Yes!
I high kick it for 2 points.
It hurts me.
Okay.
Physically.
I have to recover. So, and the one that you have let go now comes to try and grab you, and you would have a penalty die because it's your second defense. You're muted, also, so I can't hear you.
I got a hard success even with the penalty die. You took away my 0-4.
I hate you.
You took away my 0-4. Well, I hate you for taking away my 0-4.
Okay, well then I want you to do damage.
Well,
1 point.
Okay.
I slap it.
Okay, Lily. Don't
Yes.
tell me you're muted.
Let's see. I'm gonna make another grab at that scepter again.
Okay. Yeah.
Come on, dice, be kind to me. No, that was a 93.
Ooh, what's this?
God, like all of my dice are turning against me tonight.
Brian, you can't seem to find the manager.
Oh no! Now what am I gonna do? Ah. All right. I guess I will. I will shuffle back, and I will.
Sir,
I-
sir, I
you-
have to ask you to stop fighting, sir.
You're right. You're gonna have to leave the store. You can't be doing this. So I will once again try to get between the two combatants,
Okay.
and hope I don't soil my apron.
All right. Yeah. So Nick, you see this guy come again, trying and get between you and the elder thing.
Limit 2 per customer. You can't be taking every. Stop fighting.
Can I try to knock him out with a punch?
You can try and fight back. Yes. You would have 2.
Okay, I can't do the knockout punch. All right.
You'd have 2 penalty die though.
Ooh. If
Yeah,
I
I'm really-
try to,
And I'm not like really fighting them. I'm just trying to impose myself between them
Right.
with my hooking form.
Okay.
Can I
Well,
just push him away again. It's like, get the fuck out of here, kid.
sure. Yes.
I made a 51. That's a regular success.
Yeah. Once again, you are rebuffed.
All right. Ah!
I don't understand why the.
This is so fucking ridiculous.
It's the fun of Call of Cthulhu.
I love it. I love it. The only thing that would make this better is that this was actually pulp.
I'm surprised we're not dead yet.
Exactly.
There's
This
a
thing is
reason.
pretty fucking hurt as it is.
Oh my god!
And
Is that a sumo wrestler or is that a giant piece of produce? I can't tell.
The cabbage.
The cabbage has come alive.
the cucumbers are eating us?
So Nick, now the 2 tentacles are coming in for like a 1-2 punch kind of thing. So one is going to try and grab and hold you, and the other is going to try and hit you.
Okay.
So we'll do the grab and hold as first.
Oh, I rolled a 90. Fuck.
Unfortunately, it misses you. Woo! So but as that one misses you, another one comes to attack you, and you'll have a penalty die on that.
Oh, shit. That's a 99. You got me. You
No,
got me.
because I rolled it. I missed. The
But
other-
I rolled a 99, though.
Oh.
I, like, fumbled.
Okay, but you try and fight back, and your foot, your ankle twists. You just plant it wrong,
Ah!
and you fall down on a knee. Give me a luck roll.
Nope. Failed that.
Take 1 point of damage to your ankle.
It's 10%.
The hat, is that a major wound?
Ah!
Okay, so Brian and Lily. Brian, hello, odd or even? You're muted, Brian.
Sorry, even.
Okay, so a tentacle continues to attack you, Lily. I rolled even.
Sure.
You can dodge or fight back.
We'll try to dodge. It's my dodge. I spend a point of luck to make that.
Okay. You're able to dodge out of the way of this thing. Um. All right, Nick. You're not quite there yet, but the mist is starting to dissipate. You're starting to regain your senses. You're still attacking this thing, but I guess this is my way of telling you have 2 rounds left before you can make your own decisions.
It's his prerogative.
Got it.
So, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm fighting it.
Okay.
I'm still blood raging. Ooh, regular success.
Yeah, you did it.
La, 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 la. I do 2 points of damage.
Okay. Lily,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing?
Make one more attempt to grab that scepter.
Okay.
That is an 18.
That's a success. Yes.
Yes. That passes both. It passes the grapple and the dex.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, you manage to get around the tentacle that's been holding you at bay and grab the scepter away from the elder thing. It kind of comes out with a and you do have a movement that you can.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get away from it then.
Okay, so you start to book.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, very good. Brian.
Yes. So now I see that not only is the policeman and the sumo wrestler fighting, but now this nurse has jumped into the fray, and they're all fighting over merchandise.
Yeah, it looks like the
She's-
nurse took something from the sumo wrestler.
And now she's running out of the store. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, she's shoplifting. Definitely
Uh-oh.
shoplifting.
Hey, you can't take that. I'm gonna try to grab it out of her hands. The item.
Okay.
You have to pay for that.
Yeah, so it's going to be you're going to have a penalty die as you do that because Lily's build is bigger.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
awesome.
All right.
Thank you, Brian.
Stop, thief.
Lily, you get to dodge.
Yeah. I fail anyway. I'm such a
I stiff arm him.
cream.
straight up,
Poor
straight up,
kid.
straight up.
This
Bo
poor
Jackson stiff
kid.
arm. That beautiful Bo Jackson stiff arm.
You
That's
pass
what happened right.
the 30, the 20, the 10. Let's go.
Good.
All
Go.
the
Oh.
way.
Deion Sanders 30 bird to the end zone.
You know, what's funny is that's exactly what I was thinking.
That's gonna come out of my check. You gotta get.
Okay. The thing lurches upward, and it starts to the first thing it does is it just throws everything at you, Nick, to brush you out of the way. So 3 tentacles are coming at you.
Ooh.
They're not trying to grab you. They're just like trying to just throw you aside. So there's 3 attacks you'll get. The first one regular, then the next one penalty die, and the third one 2 penalty die. So the first attack,
Oh, I failed.
it missed. The second one,
I'll pay 2 points to make a regular success.
dice.
Look at that.
Yeah, you're able. The second one comes low, and you jump over it. As the third one comes toward your head, and
It's a lot of penalty dice.
and misses.
I 98.
You fumbled. You you land poorly on your twisted ankle.
Oh,
Give me another luck roll.
oh my god. Oh, that's brutal.
Beautiful.
I make my luck roll.
Okay, you do not re-injure it. It just hurts like a motherfucker. But you don't take any more hit points from it. But the thing starts to lurch toward Lily.
What? You're done dancing? What? You can't just leave me here.
All right, Lily,
Get to
what is your speed, your movement?
My movement is 8.
Okay. I need you to make a con roll.
You fuck me, dice. That is a 39, so I'll make that.
Okay, just regular success.
Yeah.
Okay. This also made a regular success. So you each get one move action per turn. As it comes towards you, and we'll do that in Dex order. So it's just starting to do that. Brian, the sumo wrestler, is now chasing
Right. The shoplifter.
The shoplifter. Yes.
I too shall give chase because she has store merchandise, and so that has to be. I can't let that happen.
Okay,
Mr.
so
Yamamoto will kill me if I.
I love how his name keeps changing.
What is your move is 8 as well. Give me a con roll.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I passed my con roll. Regular success.
Okay, so just a regular. Okay, so
Yeah.
everyone gets one move action. Lily, you're in the lead.
I am running.
Shortly behind you is this elder thing lurching toward you. And then Brian, you are in the back,
Yeah.
running after the sumo.
Right. Okay.
Nick, just as you land on your knee, it must have jerked you back to reality because you no longer feel the need to lash out. But what you as your vision clears, you see this happening, like this Lily running and this thing running after her, and then Brian running after it. And give me an idea roll.
I failed it.
Okay, never mind then. What are you going to do?
Nothing ever makes an idea roll in this game. None of us. Except when it comes to like going fucking insane. Nobody ever makes an idea roll.
What are you going to do?
I'm running after them.
Okay. You also give me a con roll.
Realistically, I'm limping after them. I failed my con roll.
Okay.
Hey, that twisted ankle
right.
hobble is actually pretty quick.
All right. So
Under
Somewhere there's
distress,
some Benny Hill music playing.
There's a record player in the village. Somebody has a record player.
So this is what's happening. Lily, you make it out of the mouth of the cave. You actually will have 2 move actions. Everyone has 2 move actions, but Nick, because he failed his con roll.
Okay.
He has 1. But Nick, you move first.
So
you can if you run forward, you will actually catch up to the elder thing.
Okay.
And then
I'll move forward then.
okay, so you're on a par with the elder thing. Lily, you have 2 move actions. You get to the mouth. You're at the mouth of the cave. You can go forward. You can take a look around, see if there's anything that you could maybe put in its way, keeping in mind that you do have your compatriots are also in the cave.
Oh no, she doesn't have a battle mindset. She's just running.
Okay, so yeah,
Smart.
you get out of the cave and into like the brush. So your first one is fine. Then I need you to make a dex roll as a there's just low thorny bushes that you need to avoid.
05.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So you get around the bushes. Brian, it is your turn. You have 2 actions as well.
Okay, I am going to run forward and I am going to do everything I can to stop this shoplifter. I have my mop in my hands, also known as my walking stick, and I'm going to try to hurl it at the shoplifter to try to trip her up, like toss it at her legs. Not to hurt the shoplifter, but to kind of, trip up the shoplifter with a well-placed mop throw.
Okay. She is actually out the door right now.
Yes.
It's going to take you another 2 moves to get out the door yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm going to run for the shop door.
Okay. You start running for the shop door.
Yeah.
Okay. Nick. Oh no, Nick, you went. Oh, now it's this thing. Okay. So it is going to try and brush you aside, Nick. Once again, just like pick you up and throw you. So you can give me a dodge, or you can try and fight back.
Fight back.
Okay.
I rolled a 60.
All right. It missed. Let's just do it like this. It fumbled.
I kill it.
No. It fumbled and somehow it's able to stay on its feet, but it can't move forward. So it kind of like does like a little dance. Yeah, you can give me another idea roll.
29. I made it that time. Hard success.
Yeah. So you've been fighting this thing, and the more and more you fight it, first off, you don't think you've done diddly.
No, I haven't done shit.
It seems like you've also never fought anything like this before, but you haven't drawn any blood. You haven't penetrated any skin. There's not even a bruise on the thing. But you're an experienced fighter, and you see how huge the thing is, and it's obviously pretty freaking strong. It hasn't touched you, really. Not really. It's mostly like missed, and like it's off.
Well, didn't I also see that it was injured earlier too?
Yes, you all saw that. So it's your turn, actually, Nick. So it is actually right there with you.
Can I harm it in its injury, I guess?
You can try. Can
I stab it with my jite in its soft spot?
Yeah. Give me a do that, but give me a I'll tell you what, it'll take a hard success to be able to do that.
I got a 0-4.
Oh, well, let's see if it can dodge you. No, it cannot. Yeah, you could do double damage.
Oh, dude, a full D6. Damn, only 3.
Okay. 3.
Yeah.
It does scream out in pain. As the jite penetrates its soft spot. It's an incredibly unearthly sound, very loud. And now your ears are ringing. That sound is actually, if you live, is going to haunt you for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
You know that.
Yep.
Okay. Lily, what are you doing?
I'm still running.
Okay. Just
Good idea.
regular running.
I'm running back down the way we were coming, basically.
Run
Like I'm trying to get away
slowly.
from this. I don't know what's behind me. Actually, I could look behind me. Like what's behind me?
So you see, you more hear that there's like definitely, you could see Brian looks like he's just about to come out of the cave, but beyond him, it's dark. In front of you, you'll get to your first move will get you to the trail.
Mm-hmm.
You'll clear the underbrush, so I'll need a dex roll for that, just because it's it's not the best thing to run on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make that, you'll be on the trail.
Yeah. So in the brush, does it look like there's anywhere I could just like slide and hide?
Yeah, it's possible. You do have a considerable lead, I will say that.
Better question. Would that get me any kind of bonus if I do that?
If you slide and hide,
Yeah.
well, what it would do is would stop your movement and things would get caught up to you. So if you failed your hide roll or you failed your stealth roll,
Yeah, I'm not gonna take a chance on that. I'm just gonna keep moving. I'm gonna keep moving till there ain't nothing actually following me.
Okay. Yeah, so make your dex roll.
48. I make
Okay.
that.
Yeah, you get to the road. Now the thing about the road, or it's more of a path. It's slick. And
Yeah, she's gonna slow down enough to where she's not just like falling.
Okay.
She feels comfortable enough that there's enough distance between her and the thing, at least.
okay.
And she doesn't know why Brian's following her.
All right. So right now, you've made it to the road, and you can proceed cautiously, which will give you bonuses on your dex, but it's going to half your amount of movement.
That's fine. She has no reason to be worried about Brian, so
Okay.
she doesn't know
So,
what's wrong with
Yeah,
her.
you just don't want to fall off the cliff.
Yeah, yeah.
Understandable. All right. So, Nick. Oh no, Brian. What are you doing? Actually, you come to and kind of realize that you're in a cave, and the shoplifter is the nurse, and she looks like she got what you came for, and there's a big honking thing barreling down on you guys.
Oh, it's behind me.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I'm kind of back in the real world. I'm not in my delusion anymore.
You're done.
Okay.
Everyone's
Okay.
identity is well.
All right. Then I will shriek in absolute horror, and
It is
I
a little bit
will.
of a shock to come back to wake up to what you actually are experiencing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I realize that the sumo wrestler is some sort of creature from out of time and space. I see that our friend the nurse has the prized object, and I see this thing about to steamroll over me. So I'm going to shriek and run as fast as my scrawny legs will carry me out of harm's way.
Okay, so your first movement gets you to the cave, and the second one I'll need a dex roll.
Okay.
Because there's like that. Now you've hit the undergrowth.
Sure. Yes, I make a critical success with an 04.
Oh, excellent. I'll tell you what. You just grit your teeth and use your size to your advantage.
Yeah. Fear gives me wings.
Yeah, you use your small stature to your advantage and are able to dart through the underbrush like a rabbit.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an extra an extra length.
Fantastic.
So you're actually your next your next leg will bring you to the road.
Okay.
Okay, so the elder thing was a little caught up because of dealing with Nick and fumbling its role. So I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's actually incapacitated for a number of rounds, and I'm not going to tell you how many, but it looks like it's like trying to pick itself up. Nick, you're still like neck and neck with it, and it's like going, it's wonky.
I'm gonna try to stab it again.
Okay, in the same place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd it go? Got a 17. That's a
Okay. Wow. Yeah,
it's just hard. It's not extreme.
I didn't ask for extreme. I asked for hard. It's unable to dodge you, so you can roll your damage.
I got it's double damage, right?
Yes.
I got a 4.
Okay. Yeah, it continues to scream, but it seems to be helpless. It's unable to fight back. Lily?
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, even though you're being cautious, you have run your way out of this little chase.
Okay.
You can make your way back down to at least the shrine without much difficulty. The sounds of the fighting, that aside from like the scream that erupts, that just, it doesn't sound like anything that you've ever heard before. Instead of one voice, it has like multiple voices, and they're in some weird harmony with each other. And some of the tones don't even seem to be heard with your ears, but heard in organs you didn't even think you had. Like you can hear it with your pineal gland, with your third eye.
I'm sorry, that's funny because yeah, From Beyond has been on my mind.
It's nerve-wracking. I'll tell you what, everyone. Nah, I'm not that horrible of a person.
What are you about to do? Have us roll sand rolls?
I was going to have you all give sand rolls, but that's. Don't worry about it. It will haunt you for the rest of your life.
I'm willing.
Okay. I mean, sure. Make sand rolls.
It is something we've never heard before, so
I made it.
I made mine too. But she starts to cry a little bit as she's realized that this was far beyond her scope of understanding.
I got a 91, so it will be haunting me for the rest of my life.
You relapse, maybe. You may relapse.
That's true. Yeah, because I'm in a state of underlying insanity.
Yes.
And I just failed my roll.
Your roll. So you are going to give me a nice dice roll, roll on the Bouts of Madness.
Okay, let's see if I'm back in the grocery store. I got a 9.
No, you are now.
I know that one.
Can have a phobia.
Oh, right.
Yes. You are actually
Cabbage.
It's either cabbage or caves. I don't know which.
It's actually going to be a fear of music. You're a big Talking Heads fan now. But
okay.
Come on.
It's a horrible phobia to have.
Fear of Music's it's a great album.
Those are alive with the sound of music.
Yeah, but you now have, for the rest of your life, every time you hear music, it is going to haunt you. And in times of extreme stress, it will cause you to break down.
Yeesh.
It's like that's a terrible phobia to have.
Yeah, it
Especially
is.
It's the worst one.
Oh my god. That's horrible.
I gave you the option of not taking these samples.
I was ready to walk away with it. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, me too.
I pushed for it. I'm sorry.
Blame it on Nick.
I
All right.
pushed for it.
But that's cool. Yeah. So now it's so inhuman. It's nothing that you've ever heard before. And no one will hear this type of tone until the 50s in America, when rock and roll becomes king. All right.
All right.
Fear of
Okay.
cabbage would have been better, you know.
Cabbage vendor.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
definitely have to get a new line of work. But
I said fear produce.
okay.
Mhm.
So that was Nick, Lily. Yeah. So Brian, you hear this hideous scream, and it fills you with such dread that it pushes you
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
So you come upon the road, and it is icy, and it is treacherous.
Mhm.
So you can give me a dex roll, a straight dex roll, or you can sacrifice one of your movements to approach it cautiously. And get a
no. I'm full of the sound of this horrible noise, and I'm kind of this unreality reality. So I'm just sort of gonna try to, full of fear and just trying to get myself back to the village. So I'm gonna
Sure.
just straight up.
Okay. Give me
Yeah.
a dex roll.
I made it. I made it with a regular success.
Okay, that's fine. You transition to the road and start running. Give me one more dex roll.
Okay. Just made it because I rolled a 70 and my dex is a 70.
Excellent. So
Just
now
made it.
you can see Lily running, approaching the bridge,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
you.
I'm not running anymore. She's just kind of walking
Yeah,
now.
and you've reached the point where it's not catching up.
Okay.
So you are also out of the running, so to speak.
Okay.
So this thing lets out that piteous scream, Nick, from you attacking it, and it ignores you and just starts to run forward. And it gets to the entrance of the cave, and now it is your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah, it's too far ahead for you to catch up right now, but it doesn't seem to be paying any attention to you anymore.
Oh, okay.
Even though you've wounded it, but it's going after. It's going after what you can only assume is Lily because she has the scepter.
Yeah. So I'll still run after it then if I can't catch up
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
or attack it.
Well, you're not going to be able to catch up to it. You can get close to it. Maybe if you threw your jetée, but I think that would have to be an extreme success to get it in its wound.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep running.
Okay.
I don't want to drop it or throw it.
Okay. It is an airlift. Okay. So it continues to run, and it actually gets tangled up in the brush outside of the cave, giving you a chance to catch up on your next round. So outside of the cave, it's not bleeding from multiple cuts where it should be, but it's just kind of tangled up in the undergrowth. Obviously, evolution from wherever it came from, they don't have thorny bushes where it developed, where its kind developed, because it definitely is caught. It's 5 tentacles are wrapped up in just branches and twigs and stuff. So it's trying to untangle itself, and you catch up to it. What do you want to do?
Can I attack it?
Sure.
make it. It's a regular success.
Okay. Yeah, you hit it, but it doesn't go anywhere near. It's
It's wound.
Yeah, it's wound. You can't give me an idea roll.
Yeah, I got it on the dot.
Undergrowth is very flammable.
Does anyone have a lighter? Who smokes cigarettes?
Well, I'm sorry, Mister. I have a.
Oh, I have my flint and tin. Oh. Have I really been lugging my backpack on my back this entire fucking time? I guess so.
Probably.
Holy
I mean, we
shit.
were going to a shrine to explore,
my
so we would have
God.
taken stuff with us.
Well, yeah, I had it in my back. I had my flashlight in my back.
It's not like the flint and tinder is fucking heavy.
I know. I'm just thinking about all the other stuff, like the tent and all the. Because I said I brought my backpacking gear.
Well, I
That's
mean, the
insane.
tent would be the perfect thing to take when we're going out and we don't know where we're going.
Yeah. I'm just surprised I've been running this entire time with the backpack on. All right, I will.
I
I'll
assumed
pull the
you
flint
were.
and tinder.
Never told me you weren't.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's give me. How about we just do it straight luck?
Just stay there for 5 seconds while I.
Well, no, it's definitely getting. It's tangled up, right? It's really entangled. I rolled a 3. It loses 3 moves
Okay.
while I was trying to do this. The luck is to see if you can like, while your hands are shaking, get a spark in there and light it on fire.
I made it. I got 75 out of 65.
Okay, yeah. The fire starts to burn the brush. You're give me a dex roll real quick.
22. So, or hard success.
Yeah, you're able to get out of the way as it starts to go up, now the thing is just completely wailing, and you hear it. It's death throes.
I flee.
You sleep.
No, I flee. I flee.
I said he sleeps too. It's like,
you, know,
wait,
you know, my character has
I flee.
narcolepsy.
what?
Yeah, so the other guys are walking. You're able to catch up with them.
I say, why are you walking? Let's fucking get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and you can smell
Keep running.
cooked elder thing.
I don't know. Maybe it's
Good
because I
thing-
don't
good
want
thing
to
we're
fall
headed-
off the path to my death. Maybe that's why I'm walking.
Good thing we're headed to a shrine because that thing's gonna need a shriner for its burns.
So you guys,
Sorry.
you
That
guys
was a
make-
reach. Sorry.
you guys made it to the shrine. Hey man, I tried to incorporate rock and roll as a hideous other sound, and it didn't work. So I hear you. I feel your pain.
Yes.
Yeah, you make it to the shrine.
Okay.
Um,
What was that thing? The whole time, the whole way back, like, what was that thing? What was that thing? What was that thing?
I don't know.
What it
I don't
was.
I don't know.
Was that one of those Oni?
I don't know.
Yoni or whatever they are?
there's a big difference between Oni and Yoni.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to plead complete ignorance and I hope I didn't just offend half the internet. I don't know.
Because we offended half the internet.
I mean, if she can like make penis jokes, I can.
I'm just going to plead complete,
All
you
I
know,
said was it was
innocent.
plastic. You were describing it. I just said what it was sounding like.
All right, so you make it to the shrine, and you can feel, as the smell gets a little bit more intense, but the screaming dies down. You start to feel.
Put the thing back.
Yeah. This is why I said run. Go put it back. Ah!
Lily, make a
Again,
dex roll.
because she does not start running. If we end up at the bottom of this, how are we going to put it down? Put it
No,
back.
you're in the shrine. You're in the shrine.
Over at the shrine? Okay, yeah, I'll put it back.
Earth starts to move. Give me a
I
dex
didn't
roll.
realize we were at the shrine yet.
I know.
What dice do you want me to roll?
Dex.
Oh, Dex. Okay. Yeah, I make that.
Yeah, as soon as you put it on in there, the shaking stops.
Yeah.
I'm
Good
going to be
job.
honest with you. I need a sand roll for that because she didn't believe this was what was happening.
Okay. Hit me with the sand roll.
I gotta be in character. She was totally not believing that that's what this was. She passes, but she's unnerved.
My character believes in demons and shit, so
Yeah, I think
My
we
character
just-
knows superstition, but she's a science mind. She believes in the medical profession and science. She doesn't.
Well,
really
maybe
believe
the
anything else.
maybe the Oni are like what the people would call like a creature that has never been discovered before. They're probably one and the same.
Can we just not talk about this right now, please?
I'm talking about it the whole way back. Like, oh my god.
You make your way down to the village, and it as you arrive there, it's like night and day. People are coming out of their houses. I guess that last quake that didn't quite happen and stopped abruptly kind of gave them the warning that the scepter was back in place. Kawakami is there. He's very grateful. He thanks you very much for saving his village. Everyone can get 1d6 sanity back for putting the scepter back. You can also get 1d8 for defeating the elder thing.
Ooh, a D8. I actually have one of those in the box right now. Shit.
Kawakama says you're welcome to stay with me as long as you want, and gives you 100 yen for helping out and to kind of compensate you for your troubles. And that is the scenario at the Mountain Village.
Oh, that's the whole thing.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Oh,
I want to thank you guys for playing.
Fantastic.
Everyone who watched and everyone who's going to listen, thank you very much. Want to thank Godo for writing it. Hopefully he'll be encouraged to get more into the repository. And with that, just everyone remember to keep 30 luck points.